What's up, everybody? This video is an instructional video on how to make really good money out at Quince, as well as how to collect firmware such as cracked industrial, modified consumer, specialized legacy, etc., and also get some pretty rare mission rewards that are used for engineering. So first off, you want to be in Quince. Now, Quince is pretty far away from the bubble. If you look, it's about 400 light years from the center of the bubble, so you want a pretty good travel ship. I personally use an Asp, but you can use a Hauler or Cobra or even a Conda, whatever you want to get out here. But once you get out to Quince, you then want to switch over to a Sidewinder. Now, you can buy a Sidewinder out here. I don't recommend that because the outfitting is really crappy. I mean, you can do it, but you can speed up the process by building an A-rated Sidewinder in the bubble and then calling it back into Quince. If you build one in the bubble, important things, you definitely want a A-rated thrusters, A-rated distributor, planetary vehicle lander, and you do not want to have shields on it. So once you get your Sidewinder out here, you do want to go to Millerport. There is another station in the system, but Millerport's the one that you want. So once here, you're obviously going to go to the mission board. Now, at the mission board, the thing to remember is you're looking for planetary scan missions. Now, this board is not really great, but that's actually not necessarily a bad thing. So if we go here, we see planetary scan job. If we go down here, it looks like there's one more. So this is actually kind of perfect because once you obtain 3 scanning missions, whether they be the Civil War version here or the planetary version here, when you collect 3, they'll stop spawning, but you can collect 2 and they will spawn. So we're actually going to take these. Now, one thing I'm going to point out here, these missions are somewhat related to your exploring rank. So this was an elite version. It does help to make more money and do more missions if you are higher ranked in exploration. It's not absolutely necessary, but you will make more money and make it faster if you're higher ranked. But I know people that have come out here with lower ranks of exploring and done very well. So, all right, so we're going to grab this mission. Also on your Sidewinder, you do have to have a 4-space cargo rack. A lot of these missions are reward missions with cargo, which you'll end up dumping. But if you don't have the cargo rack, it won't let you accept it. You don't need a massive cargo rack because you can pick up multiple cargo reward missions even though you just have the space for one reward. It will allow you to pick them up. So we're going to take this here. We're going to go down here. We're going to grab this one. So now we have 2 missions. All right? So that's actually perfect. So now what you do is you just want to cycle the board. Let's go to private. I always go to my private group. I don't know why. Superstition. All right, so we're going to go in here. And we may or may not see missions. I don't waste a lot of time cycling. I'll take as few as like 6 missions, but sometimes you'll get up to like 20 or more. So, all right, so go back to the mission board. And we got very lucky. There's 5 right here. So we'll grab these. Also, when you first come out here, you're not going to have the rep. Bring a little bit of money so that you can do the donation missions. Once you do donation missions, some will start popping up, and then as you start to do the scan missions, you will get rep really quickly. Now, notice here, biotech conductors. This is a very rare material reward. These are used for long-range grade 5 weapons. They're very rare. This is an example of material awards that you will pick up during this. I've also seen cracked industrial, exquisite focus crystals, and other things. So we're going to take this one. Hopefully there'll be some more. So we got 7 so far, and there's a couple more here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 13 missions. That's actually really good. I'll take as few as 6, but 13's a very good number. So we got our missions. I am still in private. This is one of the instances where I don't mind being in private or solo. I almost always fly in open. The reason I say that is not because I'm worried about getting blown up, but there's enough people out here that if you go down to the planet, it's possible you get disconnected when you try to go into orbital cruise because there's so many people. So I actually don't mind being in private. All right, so we're got our missions ready to go. Now, where you want to go is Kosmala Rewards, which is only 0.17 light seconds away. Perfect. Lock destination. This little bit of travel is why I like to have good drives on my sidey. I actually have grade 5 dirties on my Sidewinder on enhanced drives, so it does like almost 700. It's kind of nice. Just helps you, you know, travel quicker. Also, when you get on the planet, having fast drives will make it easier. So, all right. So we're going to the planet. Only takes like a minute to get there. I don't know if you noticed the value of the missions there. I didn't actually look, but what we'll do is we'll see how much money I make from this run of 12 or 13 missions. Now I can't remember how many it was. So, okay, I had a matchmaking error when I went to jump into witch space. So I'm back here at the station now, and hopefully it'll work this time. So, pick Kosmala Rewards, lock destination. Let's see if we can make it work. Come on, FD, you can make it work. Okay, so there we go. We're in Super Cruise. So, once you get close to the planet, a search zone will pop up. You can either target it directly, or you can target it through the navigation panel. There it is. So, once you see the search building, they're all together. The beauty of this is you only have to scan one data point to get all missions to complete. Now, if you just want money, you could just scan one and come back. But if you want firmware, then it's worth scanning all the mission, all the beacons to get all that firmware as well. So we're coming to the planet here. Let's see if I can mess this up. I'm sure I will, since I'm making a video. Alright, here we go. Now, as you get closer to this search zone, it starts to move around, but it doesn't move far. So you can basically come at it. When you drop into glide, sometimes you'll have to maneuver around to kind of keep it in front of you, but it jumps around 4 or 5 times, then eventually spawns the building. So there we go, coming in. See it start to move around a little bit. Okay, this is where having really good thrusters is helpful, because sometimes you have to fly in normal space to find the building, and if you can go 600, then it's better than if you're going 300. Alright, it's going to bounce around a little bit. This planet's got pretty low gravity, 0.37. The only reason I mention that is because if you're in an unshielded sidey, you hit the ground too hard, you will die. So just be a little careful coming in. It's moving around, it's moving around. Okay, it's going to spawn right now. And there it is. So, when you come up to the building, I tend to just land right next to it. It's kind of odd. Sometimes these areas will have restricted zones where things start shooting at you, and sometimes they won't. I don't know if that depends on the type of mission you pick up or what, but I've had it be both ways, and I haven't really tried to figure out why, because it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we landed. I usually leave my Sidewinder here because it's just faster. I don't dismiss it. Okay, we're out. Oh. Alright, you can see the beacon up here, or data point, sorry, it's not really a beacon. This one does have restrictions, so I'm going to get shot at. Usually it's not a huge problem. Let's get down here and hide. So, data points. Go to turret mode. I'm going to scan this beacon, and all the missions will complete. Now, I'm going to scan all these beacons because I'll keep getting the firmware. Now, the thing is that these beacons, or data points, sorry, spawn on top of each other. So you see the one dropping down, but there's still one behind it. And I'm not really looking at what I'm getting here. You can get cracked industrial from this. You can get modified consumer, you get specialized legacy. Really the ones that are most important are cracked industrial, obviously, and modified consumer. So I'm going to go ahead and scan the rest of these. So modified consumer, which I want for long-range weapons, so that's good. Specialized legacy, it's pretty worthless, but some people use it. You do got to make sure that you have space for the data, because you might pick up 60 pieces of data in one run. Usually I'll empty my data every run. Empty it of the stuff I don't need. Okay, so we got that one empty, and there's another one right here. Don't even have to move. There's usually 2 data points. Once again, there are multiple data points on top of each other. So make sure you scan them all. No cracked industrial. I usually get 1 cracked industrial maybe every 2 runs. 4 specialized legacy from that one. 5 data from that one point. Okay, we got all that one. So that one's empty. Sometimes there's one hiding in the building. Oh, there is. Right there. It actually spawns inside the building, or maybe right on the other side of it. You just scan it through it. And that's it. So, all the missions were complete with the first scan, but I picked up the data for all the other ones. Only thing really of value I got was the modified consumer. But I've gotten up to 2 cracked industrial in a single run, which equals 6, so definitely worth scanning all of them. Go back to my ship. Now, if you're a purist, you can get back into your ship, and you can fly back to the station. But if you have a sighty, and you don't really care about such things, you just suicide yourself, and you get back to the station instantly. Alright, back in my ship. Can let this thing kill you, or what I usually do is come up like this and do this. I've been destroyed. And we're back at the station. Killing yourself does not fail the missions. Back at the station. And now let's collect our rewards, and we'll see how much money we got. Forgot to actually look how much these are worth. I usually get 10 to 15 million per run. So I got 63 million right now. Let's collect these. You also get Empire rep for this if you're looking to get a cutter, flipper, or whatever. Okay, turned in all my missions. I started with 63 and now I have 79, so I got 16 million for that run, which took, I don't know, less than 10 minutes probably, I would guess. Do remember that you want to empty your cargo hold so that you can pick up the next set of missions. There's no scan missions on this board, but what I'll do is just repeat the process that I did previously. If it's only a couple of missions, then I'll pick up 2 and recycle. If it's one that spawns 10, I'll just take the 10 and go for it. So anyway, hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, just please leave it in the comments. Take care. Bye.